It's more important than ever, if you're working with clients, that they check their credit score, they make sure that their credit score is accurate. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're with Neekia McCoy of the Realtors Federal Credit Union, a division of Northwest Federal Credit Union. And she's going to walk us through some of the issues you want to be able to explain to your customers and your clients about credit scores.
It's important to keep a good credit score because that credit score allows lenders to make a decision on if they will allow you to borrow with them. It gives them an insight into how well you'll be able to repay and handle the debt that you're looking to borrow. It's essentially a report card that the lender can use to make a determination on how well you'll be able to repay a debt to them.
So, a lot of consumers have multiple credit cards. And let's say a consumer has a credit card that they've paid down, or they're just not using it anymore. Is it a good idea to close that credit card out?
That type of question is best handled case by case because there's different variables that are involved with making that determination. For example, if you have a trade line that's been open for several years, you've had a credit card since college, you've always paid as agreed, and you have a nice limit on there, you may not want to close that card out because it tells a lender that you have been able to maintain and handle this card and pay as agreed for several years, versus another card that you may have recently gotten because you were allowed to get an additional discount or reward points for opening that card up. And it's not something that you're going to utilize too heavily. So I would encourage any consumer or realtor to just sit down with a financial planner and make the determination that's best suited for them.
So what is a good credit score?
The average consumer's credit score is 680. And lenders take a look at that to make sure that anyone with a 680, they're paying their creditors as agreed. Credit scores do range from 300 to 850, 850 being a perfect score. We encourage everyone to strive for that 850 and take a look at their credit report to see where they are in relation to that range.
So I understand that, that every time you check your credit score, it actually has an effect on your credit score. So how often should you check that?
We would encourage you to check your credit score at least once a year. You want to make sure that the information that is out there on your report card is indeed accurate and correct. You want to make sure that all the information that is there is actually pertaining to you and your credit history. So we encourage you to take a look at least once a year, make sure everything is reporting correctly and it's accurate. And we do have a link on our site to www.annualcreditreport.com to help facilitate that process.
How can I, let's say I have some dings on my credit score. What's the quickest way what can I do to repair that most quickly?
Well, you'd want to take a look at your credit report and identify some areas that need to be improved. Are there any collection items out there, any garnishments, any judgments that may be outstanding on your credit file that may be need to be addressed immediately to get those issues resolved? Also, you want to take a look at your revolving balances and see how you can improve that. Now, you want to make sure that your revolving balances are not carrying anything that's over 50% of your limit, and that will drastically improve your credit rating in a short amount of time. Also, you want to make sure that you're not carrying any balances on any lines of credit that are closed, because that can impact your credit rating.